shaky. Okay. Bluetooth is on? Let me turn my Bluetooth off. Let me do that. Yeah, I know you're waiting for clearing. Okay. All right. So, hello. I've been gone for a minute. We haven't had time to do the Sister to Sister podcast in a while because of scheduling and jobs and things like that. So we're working on getting it rescheduled for a different date. So it might be Fridays. Hello, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. But again, we're going to try and get the Sister to Sister podcast rescheduled because I'm going to start working every Sunday here pretty shortly. So that's an issue. So let's see. More than likely, it'll be Fridays, like around 8 o'clock ish. But we just have to figure it out, figure our schedules out, because I think we can do Fridays. So that's probably what it's going to be. So much has happened in politics since we've been gone, me and my sister. So I want to kind of go over some stuff. That is a big old pothole. It won't be Beth anymore. So yeah, it's probably going to be on Fridays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, because that gives my sister time to get home, get ready, and so we can start the show. I would love to have a space that we can both go to, dedicated, so that we can podcast, but that's way far advanced in the future. We're probably not going to have that for a while. So, like I said, lots of things have happened politically since I've been gone. The one thing that really bothers me, okay, so the shooting that happened in Pittsburgh at the Jewish synagogue, all right? They're shutting down a social media website called Gab. I'm on Gab. You can find me there, Right Wing Sister, but I think the site is down at this moment. I haven't checked. So, the reason that, so PayPal suspended their relationship with Gab, and also GoDaddy suspended their relationship with Gab. They have to find another hosting service. My thing is that Twitter has pedophile profiles all over the place. You can find them easily. Facebook has anti-Semitic, terrorists, alt-right profiles. So does Twitter. Twitter has everything that Gab, or, like people like the person that shut up that synagogue, Gab has it. I mean, Twitter and Facebook and even YouTube has it. So I don't see any of these brands pulling their services from YouTube. And then what YouTube did have that with the adpocalypse, and it's all because some stupid left-wing journalist was like, do you want your, sorry, it keeps buffering, guys. I'm driving, so there's pockets of where it doesn't. Gab it's known for having mostly conservative people on this social media website. That's just a fact. There's some lefties, there's some alt-right, there's some even, terrorists on Gab, but not as much as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. That's just a fact. And for them to specifically go after Gab, which, Gab has its issues, it has its flaws, and it's not perfect, but it's a growing social media website that people go to so they can speak freely. That's like their slogan, speak freely. And unfortunately, some leftists would have you believe that hate speech is not protected under the First Amendment. It is, Oh, here comes a really big bump. Sorry. It is protected. And so they want to shut down Gab because they literally have free speech. Of course, there's, if you have something that's NSFW or pedophilia, lolly, that's depicting actual porn, they will take it off and you will be banned from Gab. A lot of people were mad at Andrew Torba for banning lolly off the Gab, but it's only the lolly that's depicting underage porn. That's it. You can have the children fighting monsters and stuff like that, but not porn. So, advertisers and, payment services like Stripe recently, pulled their services from Gab, and now PayPal, and then now GoDaddy. So it's only when it's conservative voices that it's an issue for companies. Oh, you don't want your advertisement being shown on this video from Milo Yiannopoulos owning the libs, or Ben Shapiro owning the libs? Well, we're going to pull our advertisement on all of your stuff, everybody. And so that's what YouTube did. And now it's Gab. They're going to have to find another hosting site that is like-minded in Silicon Valley, which is going to be like impossible almost. And it's all because they allowed free speech, and then someone who is a crazy person who decided to shoot up a synagogue, they blame Gab for that. And again, I hardly ever use Gab. Like, it's not something that I look forward to going on every day like I do Twitter. So it's clear to me, because the libs will say, oh, it's the free market, it's the free market at work. No, it's not. And that's correct. The leftist loonies do not like the truth, and they keep saying that it's the free market at work. It's not the free market. That is discrimination. It's discrimination 101. They're targeting conservatives just because they're conservatives and they want to speak their mind, and leftists love to control speech. They do. They want to control what you say, what you think. And people have been fired from their job for having wrongthink. And you don't think this is a free market issue? Absolutely not. It is not a free market issue. And neither was the gay baker who refused the wedding cake for the gay couple. That's not the free market either. That is also discrimination. That is not the free market. You can't try to use constitutional rights and things like that against us when you are discriminating against people. They did it back in the 60s and 50s when it came to civil rights of blacks, and they're doing it now. They haven't changed. The party's never switched. It is the same going on as it did. It's just a different set of people. It's no longer black people who are getting discriminated against, which, if you're a black conservative, then yes, you are. And I wish I could show you guys this tweet that I retweeted on my profile. If you go to Right Wing Sister on Twitter, just like it's spelled on my channel, you can see that this girl, beautiful black woman, just perfect skin, eyebrows on fleek, she's gorgeous, okay? She wore her MAGA hat out all day yesterday. And the replies in her tweet were absolutely astounding from black people. It was crazy. They were being so mean to her, calling her Coon, Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus. It's so crazy. If they didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have standards. That is so true. You ain't never lie. That is so true. The left is full of double standards, and that is the only standards that they have. That is so true. Hit the nail on the head on that one. Someone's listening to that song and Havana, na na na, whatever. I can hear it. Don't copy strike my live stream. So I was just, anyways, back to that tweet. In the replies, they were going after her hard, and then I saw verified. She deleted the tweet, I think, because I couldn't find it after that. I should have screenshotted it then. I saw Jackie Aina, and I know that a lot of you don't watch beauty community videos, beauty tutorials and things like that. But Jackie Aina, she is a prominent beauty YouTuber who is black. She's gorgeous as well. She has eyelashes that I'm so jealous of. I have no eyelashes, right? But she posted something because she's a, this woman that posted that, she was wearing her MAGA hat is a Trump supporter, and she was wearing her MAGA hat, of course, and she said she's not afraid anymore. Me, myself, honestly, even though I have this YouTube channel, I am afraid to go out in public and wear my right-wing stuff. Like, once I wore my right-wing sister shirt that had, like, my profile, like, logo on it, and I was so uncomfortable. I went to the dog park. Woo! Dallas, as much money as you have, you need to fix your roads. Stupid potholes. Anyways, so I'm not, and she did it, so she's much braver than me, and people just came after her in the comment section of her Twitter post. So you're going to be seeing a lot of black people, because it's already happening. The approval rating amongst black people with in regards to Trump has gone up. It's never been this high. You're going to see a lot of black people coming out for Trump, and it's amazing. And if you are a black person that's a Trump supporter, I do have 2 new shirts that I made yesterday. I'm really proud of them. It's an Afro chick wearing a MAGA hat, and then a black dude with cornrows wearing a MAGA hat saying "Be free." So I was inspired by her to make that, honestly, because I saw her braveness and her willingness to not conform to what these leftist black people want. And these liberal black people, they will bully you, they will call you all kinds of names. It's really, it puts a strain on relationships, like, it's crazy. So I commend her. I can't remember her name, but again, if you go to my profile on Twitter, I retweeted it last night or just early this morning, what she did. And again, she's very brave for doing that. So black people all over the place. I hope to find some in Dallas, so we can be friends. I need some like-minded people in my city, not just on Discord that I can talk to. So that was pretty cool. She's gorgeous. So, another thing that I want to talk about is the violence. The violence against let's talk about the pipe bombings really quick. So, I don't know about anyone of y'all. I'm not trying to tinfoil hat the situation or Alex Jones it up or anything. But the whole situation with that pipe bomber is super suspicious. Just putting it out there. It's super sketch. The markings on the envelope, I mean not the markings, but the stamps on the envelope didn't have any markings on it. They weren't cancel stamps. I don't think it was enough stamps. So it was hand delivered. So they found the suspect in Florida. He had Trump stickers all over his car, not faded by the sun or anything. They looked pristine, or like they had just been put on. And then after he's arrested, another pipe bomb comes. So is he working with a group? Is he working alone? And the picture of this guy, they tried to pass him off as a white male, white supremacist, but he's Native American. And so of course they're going to lighten his picture. They lightened his picture. He's definitely Native American because he has no facial hair. Native Americans don't grow facial hair. So, what's the deal? What's going on here? I'm really, really suspicious of the pipe bomber dude. Now, with the synagogue person, that's pretty cut and dry. And they tried to make it like he was an anti-Semitic, like alt-right person, but he's a Trump hater because Trump loves the Jews. And so that kind of put a damper in their narrative, and you haven't heard from the press at all. They just say that he's anti-Semitic, and they won't mention that he hates Trump. You won't hear them say that. But if you did love Trump, oh yeah, you'd be hearing that. You'd be hearing that for sure. So, I don't know what's going on with that pipe bomber. It seems suspicious to me. I just don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to. We'll see what happens. I'm going to wait for more information. Because how is that guy being arrested and then another one comes up, a couple of days after he's been arrested? So, I mean, maybe they didn't see it. How did it get there? If the stamps weren't canceled, that's I have questions and there's no answers to them. So, why is it so hot right now? It's 85 degrees outside. It's freaking hot. I'm disappointed in Texas. It's a beautiful day, don't get me wrong. It's very sunny and sorry if you can hear the plane. Alright, so there was something else. Oh yes, the violence. The left keeps accusing the right violent rhetoric that encourages violence against lefties, aka the pipe bomber or whatever. So my thing is, why is it that most of the violence comes from the left and you don't address it? The media does not address the violence towards right-wingers and conservatives ever. But when there's a little bit of violence, and granted it's very bad, we should not be doing any violent acts at all, they will blow that out. They will talk about that non-stop. They will talk about it non-stop. The pipe bomber, what he did was wrong. What he did was wrong, and he should be punished for it. And I haven't seen one single conservative prominent figure that has been like, you know what, you keep doing that. No one has done that. We have systematically and routinely condemned acts of violence towards towards left-wingers. This has been the standard ever since, forever. We have regularly done that, regularly. But then when it comes to violence on right-wingers against us, it is always excused, it is always encouraged, and they never apologize for it. They don't even address it. They just excuse it. They don't for the media to say that incivility, harassing people at restaurants and gas stations, as Maxine Waters said, getting up in their faces, and when the left protests, violence always happens because they instigate it. They want violence to happen because they want someone to to nag us in. And exactly, yes, they want us to fight back, and then they gonna put the blame on us. It happened at Berkeley. It's happened at a whole bunch of Trump rallies. There's so many pictures, and I'm gonna start working on this. Hopefully, if we're not busy tonight at work, I'm gonna try and work on a comparison chart of right-wing violence against left-wing violence. So, and then I'm gonna put that up on my Twitter. Hopefully, it will come soon. I have to do a lot of research on it, and I'm not going to do that on work computers. So I don't want to get fired. So usually Mondays are pretty busy. Oh, I can't see. Lord Jesus, the sun is in my eyes. I saw a comment coming towards a red light. When you turn on the lights, yep. The left is like cockroaches. You know, when you turn on the light in a cockroach-infested home or apartment, they scatter. That's what the left are. They're cockroaches. That's exactly what they are. Look at my hair. I would put a scarf on my head, but it's too hot for that. I can't believe it's freaking 85 degrees outside. Whew. That's why my top is down. So if you hear road noise, I'm sorry. But yeah, the left is violent. They have always been violent. Everyone says that the party switched, but I don't see any evidence. Oh, they said, oh, was they just wanted to drop everything, you know, everything that they stood for. They were founded on ending slavery, and they just wanted to, you know, get rid of that altogether. So they decided to be my Afro puff. So that doesn't make any sense. So you're going to tell me that Republicans who founded the party, the Republican Party was founded on ending slavery. You mean to tell me that all of a sudden in the 60s or 70s, because they can't really pinpoint when it happened, that they were like, oh, you know what? I'm totally racist now. All the values that I held dear as a Republican when I joined the party to end segregation and slavery, I'm just going to abandon that now and give it to the people who want slavery, who want segregation, who want Jim Crow laws. Are you kidding? Like, it doesn't make sense. And the evidence, what I see, is that they're using the same tactics from the civil rights era, you know, Jim Crow, segregation, and all of that, with their identity politics. They want you to identify you based on the color of your skin and not the content of your character, not diversity of thought. And they want to put you in a bubble, you know, so if you think like us, then you're good. But then if you're that color, like if you're black, then that's even better. Like they count their merits of how many diversity hires they have. Like, I know that Allie Beth Stuckey, she's on CRTV. She made this video about voting Democrat or whatever, and it was spot on. There was this one part where in feminism is all about empowering women and, you know, smashing the patriarchy, and women are strong and independent and all this other stuff, but 24 o'clock care from the government. They want everything taken care of from the government, by the government, for them. Like in California, it's like a mandatory for companies to have at least one woman board of directors on their board of directors. Like, how does that make sense? But why did you get in front of me, boo-boo? Going all slow? Sorry. So if women were so independent and so like, I don't need a man, and the governor of California is run by a man, and he's requiring that companies put a woman on their board of directors in some sort of fashion, how does that scream that I'm an independent woman and I can do for myself? Can you hear me? Is it really loud? I bet you it is really loud. I'm gonna... Because it's really hot and my air conditioner doesn't work, so I put my top down. Maybe I'll just do a window. I think that's even louder. Let me know. Is that really loud? Because I'm hot. Okay, great. Sweet. I'm going to... Oh, my sister's calling me. I'm gonna open my top again. It's just like I keep yelling. I bet you I sound like I'm yelling, but I don't need to, maybe. So I'll stop yelling. Oh God, it's so hot. Not only does my air conditioner not work, it blows out hot air. So during the summer, I am toasty, like toasty, toasty. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Feminism. And basically, just like, I forgot what I was going with on my topic. But yeah, leftism sucks. That's all I have to say about that. What else is there? There was something else that I wanted to talk about. I would go on Twitter, but it's too late for that now. Oh, so what are you guys going to be for Halloween? I asked my boss if I could dress up for Halloween because I work on Halloween night. But they haven't said anything yet. So I'm assuming no. So unfortunately, I can't dress up. So that's a bummer. I usually dress up every Halloween at my old job. I always brought it with the Halloween costumes. Colorism. Yes, that's what I was talking about. They care about skin color more than they care about diversity of thought and your actions and, you know, your morals. And it's so weird to me because, like, in the 90s, remember the 90s? It was a great time. But just like now, the Democrats, like, ruled the culture. They had the culture like they do now, but it was kind of like it was the right had it and then we were losing it. And we were doing it by censorship. Like the Christian conservative right, which I'm a Christian conservative, but I don't want censorship. And that's why they have the parental advisory things on CDs and albums, and that's why they have the ratings on video games and stuff like that. Which, you know, I can understand the video games because it has graphic content, but with the lyrics on songs and stuff, I don't agree with. You know, they know what they're getting into. They know what kind of rapper or singer this person is. They know what they're getting into. So everyone bashed the Christian right for being white people, and that was coming from the left. The Democrats were always bashing the Christian right, and it brought forth a lot of atheism. Atheism became really popular during that time because it was a rebellious stage, I guess you could say. Not really, because I don't want to call atheism rebellion, because, you know, it's what they believed. So that happened. So my thing is, I really want some Panda Express, so I think I might go get some. The left has become the Christian authoritative right from back in the 90s. They want everything policed. They want everything a microscope to make sure that it's not going to offend anyone. And that's what lost the right. Like, the right lost the culture by doing that, and now the left is doing it. Like, they're not self-aware at all. At all. It is a religion, I agree. I just don't want to, you know, the people who really don't talk about it, don't, like, push it down your throats like other people. I know that they exist, but there are a lot of atheists. I love their spring rolls. But there's a lot of atheists that just, you know, live their life. They don't talk about God. They don't, every time, you know, a Christian was like, I'll pray for you, they don't get offended. So I don't want to throw them all in that same boat, you know? Whew. It is so hot. My car is so hot. But yeah, anyways, the left are now, like, they get, like, especially feminists, they get so offended when they see boobies or an attractive woman. It's so crazy to me how you're a feminist, and anytime it's them being, you know, sexually, you know, overt and, you know, sleeping with a bunch of men, they call that empowering. But when we depict a woman being empowered by showing off her body as they want, They get a fit. They throw a fit. Like, I don't understand that. So which one is it? Do you want a woman to sleep with whoever she wants to? Do you want a woman to, because, that she has that right and she can do what she wants with her body because it's her body? Or do you want us to, cover women up in hijabs because they think that the hijab is empowering? Like, which one is it? The left can never be consistent, at least not in this day and age. Maybe back then they were. Maybe back a long time ago. Maybe, no, they were never consistent. They were never consistent. Not never. They wanted equal rights. Oh, I gotta get out of this lane. Let me get out of this lane. I don't want to exit that. I don't want to go to the airport. Okay, so I think I passed Panda Express. Now I'm sad. I did. Maybe there's another one on the way. Oh, some orange milk. So the left, they're never consistent. So yeah. Hello, second person that just tuned in. How are you? I'm hot. There's a wreck up ahead. That's always nice. Oh, and that person's gone. See ya. They probably saw my hair and were terrified. Look at that. Look at my hair. There's always a wreck on these stupid roads. So, do you think there's going to be the red wave in the midterm elections, or do you think it's going to be halfway? We'll win the House, but not the Senate, or vice versa? Or do you think the Democrats will take over it all? Because that's what history would have you believe. Because anytime there's a Republican, it's going to be the majority of Democrats in the House. Or, and vice versa. If there's a Democrat, it's going to be, because I'm not too sure. I am not in Houston. Right now, I'm in the DFW area because I go back and forth from Dallas to Fort Worth a lot. But no, I wish I was in Houston so I could have gone to that Trump rally. I could have gone. But I didn't have the money to get to and from. Like, I needed the gas money and kind of show myself, hey, Streamlabs, hey, I want to go to Houston so I can go to the Trump rally so I can record some content. But the stream was like really choppy, and it just wasn't working out. Like, it was buffering a lot, and I didn't understand why, so I canceled it. I was so mad because that happened. Because, like, me and my sister, we wrote notes, we prepared, and we did all of this to prepare for that podcast. Yes, I'm in Texas. I am in Texas. Yes, the Texas twins. I guess that's Dallas and Fort Worth, but they're not really twins. Like, they could not be more alike. Like, Dallas is like a wannabe LA. They're progressive. They're liberal. They have, of course, we have Republicans here, but usually Dallas goes blue, and they like the fast life. They like the urbanness and all of that. So that's Dallas. But Fort Worth, it's more Western. It's more laid back. It's not so fast. They love the cowboy life. Like, there's a saying that the West begins in Fort Worth, and it does. Like, the Wild Wild West is Fort Worth. You have historic. Yes, there's more Hispanics. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot. Like, every time I go to work, I pass an empty parking lot. They're full of illegal immigrants looking for work, painting jobs, installing cars, whatever it is. They're always looking for work, and there's this empty parking lot all the time. They're always there, and the police, they really don't, there's nothing, they don't do anything about it, honestly, and I could care less, to be honest, right now. But I appreciate Mexican food so much. It is so delicious. You cannot find better Tex-Mex cuisine than in Dallas, Texas. I swear to God. It is so delicious. Man, if you ever come to Dallas, go to Gloria's. Get you the grilled quail. They give you 2 grilled quail and they give you mixed vegetables and plantains. Oh my God, it is so freaking good. Every time I go to Gloria's, I get that dish. It's delicious. The cuisine in Texas is bar none, and we have. I don't care what anybody say from Kentucky. I don't care what anybody say from North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. Texas has the best barbecue. We make the best brisket, bar none. Just like, and if you go to Austin, they have some really good barbecue too. That's probably where it's at in Austin, the best barbecue. But Dallas is a close second, or the DFW area. It's a close second. It's really good. Come to Texas, eat our Tex-Mex, eat our barbecue. You will not be disappointed. You will be in a food coma the whole entire time you're here. So that's my love affair with Dallas. There were all kinds of Hispanics at the Lowe's. Yes, they hang out at Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, empty parking lots where there's a lot of like foot traffic and like busy intersections at like gas stations and stuff. Like if you have like, I don't know, between Main Street and First Street in that intersection, you'll always find them hanging out looking for work. They just do. And it's like become the norm. Like it's even Middle Easterns, they do it now. Because I used to I haven't seen her in a long time. There was this Middle Eastern lady that was selling baklava, and it was so good. Ooh, it was so good. So I would buy baklava from her. She was at the Walmart. So yeah, they do it here all the time. And if they're trying to look for work, cash under the table, you know that means that they don't have a social security number for one, and they're not paying taxes. And everyone likes to say that, oh, they are paying tax to society. They are contributing to society by, doing work for us, I guess, and working. But they're not contributing to society by paying their fair share. And these guys, like I went to cash a check or something, I don't remember what I was doing. And there was this one banker teller lady. She was like, man, that one guy that was in front of you, he just deposited, like, I forget what something, it was like in the tens of thousands of dollars into his bank account. I was like, man, how did he, it was just cash? She was like, yeah, it was just cash. I was like, so, I was curious. She was like, oh, he's illegal. I'm like, yeah, illegals, they make a lot of money. They come in and they cash into their bank account all the time. They make more money than I do. And I'm like, oh, are you being for real? She's like, no, I'm not even joking. They don't speak English. They have a social security number because they can't open a bank without it. But they always deposit cash. Sometimes they deposit checks, but it's always personal checks from people who get hired to do, people just, wanting them to do some jobs or whatever. And she was giving me the business. She was like, oh yeah, they make, like $60,000, $70,000 a year according to their deposit statements and blah, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, because, I make, I don't know how much I make now because of my new job. I probably shouldn't tell y'all anyway. So, yeah, they make more than me. Yeah. So, according to her, this was back when I lived in Fort Worth. She said that illegals make a lot of money and they deposit cash regularly. At the end of every month or whatever, they just take the cash and they deposit it into their bank account. Crazy. So as you can see, I'm in traffic. This is nice, and Let's see. Well, they can unbid others. Yes, they can. It's a huge issue in Texas, of course, since we border Mexico. And this caravan. Let's talk about the caravan. Why I don't know why I didn't think of it until now because we're talking about illegal immigrants. Let's talk about this caravan. This caravan is staged AF. Okay, how you going? Because I did the math a few days ago on my Twitter. It's not the math. I don't know. I did some stuff. I put the biggest, bordering city in Honduras. And something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I did Google Maps directions to Brownsville. That's the closest border city in America is Brownsville, Texas. From Honduras to there. If they would walk non-stop from that coastal or that border city to Brownsville, Texas, it would take them 19 days. No, wait, was it? Yeah, 19 days. Yeah, 19 days, non-stop. So we already know that they're being shuttled to places. Why? I don't know. And I don't know if it's because I think they're going to California because they dare not come to Texas. They bet not come to Texas. You know we don't play in Texas. So I think they're going to California to try and get into the country there because California is a bunch of stupid people and they are a sanctuary state, so the governor is gonna try and let them in, and Trump is gonna have to send troops down to the border, federal troops, because they supersede any state protocol, and they're gonna try and I think that they're gonna try and vote. That's just my opinion, and I know that that's kind of tinfoil hatty, but I think they're going to try and vote. Or they're just going to try and, have some collateral damage to show how evil and mean the Republicans are because they don't have a bleeding heart like the liberals and the caravan can't get through. I saw a video, again, on my Twitter account, this what do you plan to do when you get there? When you get to, he said, in Spanish, I'm going to try and get a pardon. Because he's a felon in America. He's a felon. And then he said, what did you do? And he said, number 3. And then, he's a 3rd-degree felon. And you know what his charge is for being a felon in the United States? Attempted murder. He tried to kill someone in America and he got deported because he's a felon. And remember what everybody on the left called Trump racist because they're not bringing their best. They're bringing in rapists, murderers. He was right. This dude is going to try and get back into the United States illegally and ask for a pardon for attempted murder. Like, dude, what kind of drugs are you on? Because you had to have been on drugs. Trying to get back into the United States. And you know that if he were going to go in there and ask for a pardon, he was going to be denied, but he's not going to leave. He's going to stay in the United States because our immigration system is broken. That's just like so obvious. And so when you see all these caravan of people on the back of trucks, on top of 18-wheelers, whatever it is, I don't see not one single woman or child. It is just like what was happening in Europe when all of these North African Muslims and Middle Eastern Muslims came to the country and they are just thinking they can, do whatever they want to. And look what it has got them. Europe is a mess. Europe is a mess because of all these illegal migrants. So, I'm almost home now. So I'm going to end the stream Actually, I'm gonna get food. That's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna get some food and ooh, my hair. I got like, oh, I'm so early. When did I leave? I left pretty early. I have so much time to get to work. So, but yeah, anyways, I'm still gonna end the stream because I'm here and I don't want to be late. So I left at 4 like a dummy. Maybe I'll go shopping or something. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day and I will go do the same. Goodbye.